Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. My word, he said, man, I gotta go haul at the Predator. He didn't say that, but he was like, man, I gotta go haul at Twan. He was like, man, that dude, man, is gonna want an arm and a leg back, man. He's gonna want a freaking arm and a leg back. I'm saying in my head, that might not be the only thing he want back, but I ain't gonna tell him that to scare him, because at this particular moment, man, I wasn't even thinking about the Predator pulling one of his prime Predator moves. I wasn't even thinking about this. I was just strictly thinking about this man need to get them cigarettes. Now, going to store box that much money from a Predator, he's gonna have to really sit down and talk to that guy, because the Predator just ain't gonna be like, oh, what you need? You need about 9 packs of y'all. You need about 9 boxes of cigarettes. Here you go. Nah, the Predator ain't gonna do all that. The Predator want to sit down and have a conversation about Predator activity probably. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I just knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, just holler at him, bro. See, you know what I mean? I was like, this be easy though. You know what I mean? He was like, I gotta freaking pay these dudes though, Weezy, man. Like, you think I want to stay in a predicament like this? I didn't want a predicament like this to happen, Weezy, man. I just freaking, man, just bet too much, Weezy. I said, man, yeah, you bet too much that you couldn't cover. I said, that's what you did, stupid, man. I said, you supposed to stop accepting stuff you didn't have enough to pay out when people was betting, man. I said, this is your fault right here. All day, this is your fault, man. So I said, man, you need to holler at him, man. And I felt bad, y'all. When he went to go holler at him, my word, I went straight to my cell, man. And I went in the joint, man. I took 5 packs out the laundry bag. I was like, I'm gonna give him a box, man. I'm gonna give him 10 packs of cigarettes, man. Like, and he just paid me. Cause I already knew John, like, he wasn't like one of those dudes I feel like I had to worry about when it comes to money. Like, he wasn't like that. He was more honorable. He was somebody that, you know, I trusted when it came to bread. But he lost a lot of trust by accepting more bets than he can handle, y'all. So boom. So the trust level has went down a little bit. Won't you agree? It has to go down, because this man wilding out. Basically, he just really just kind of betted out his behind. Pause. That's what he was doing, man. Like, and I know for a fact, like, if you were, this is the Seattle Yo Mob. If you would have won, bro, you would have won so much bread. You would have won so much money, man. Like, but it looks bad because he has to give people their money back. All like everything just looks bad. This is looking bad right now, man. So I was just hoping that he could make a play with the Predator. That's all I was hoping, man. So I went in there and got the cigarettes, and I was waiting for him to come back out. Now the Predator slept in cell 21, kind of all the way in the back, kind of in the cut a little bit. So I see John. When I look, I see John. John at his door. At first, the door was closed, and you can see John kind of talking to the crack of the door. And he talking to him, like, you know what I mean? He talking to dude. I guess dude in the city talking to him. So everybody was just like, yo, everybody talking like, yeah, look at John. Yeah, he got cracked last night. Yeah, that's what he get. Trying to bet on Seattle. He put all his money on Matt Hasselbeck. That's what he get. He put all his money on Matt Hasselbeck. What was he thinking? I'm like, man, he was wilding. Like, I was like, for real, I just would have lost what I had. I was like, I don't mind going me against the world on bets, but I'm not coming with nothing like, because if you lose, like, what are you gonna do? This is the real world. Like, this ain't nothing like the movies. You gotta pay that bread. You have to pay that bread. So he stayed down there for a minute. The next thing you know, he said, sell break, sell break. Door open up. When the door opened up, you seen the Predator roommate. You seen Twan roommate come out. His roommate was this bald head dude. He come out, kind of taller dude. He come out, he was like he got out their way. So he came and sat at the table. Then you just see John still talking to the Predator. Predator kind of, you can see the Predator a little bit hanging out the door. Him and the Predator was having a conversation, you know what I mean? Like, they was just kicking it. So I looked at the Predator roommate. His roommate kind of like was watching his room, but talking to another dude. But as he watching his room, I seen his face. He kind of was like he was smirking and laughing, kind of like, because, you know, he was in the cell and heard the whole conversation that John had to come cop a plea. Not really a plea. John coming to beg for them cigarettes. That's what John doing. So I see the dude, his roommate, kind of like he another old time. He laughing like he looking at his cell. So the lady was like, all right, we're about to close the doors. Doors about to close. Doors about to close. Doors start closing. I looked up. Nobody was standing by 21. The door closed. Boom. Door closed. I'm like, I got the cigarettes in my hand. I'm like, what John go at? I look, 21 had the cut up game, y'all. So boom. I was like, God, I seen that John. I'm like, still though, I ain't jumped to conclusion. I'm like, maybe this, like I told y'all, the Predator, he wasn't coming off them blows, them cigarettes easy, man. He wasn't gonna come off them joints easy, man. Like, you was gonna really have to talk to him. I don't think nobody was coming off a lot of cigarettes like that for John that easy. Like, pause. Like, not on like everybody on no maniac stuff, but like, just still. Imagine somebody coming to ask to borrow like $150, $200 or something like that. That's what like 8 packs of cigarettes is, or something like that. If I had to just guess on the top, you know what I mean? Like, but still, it's a lot of bread. You know what I mean? So nobody's just gonna come off that at the end of the day. But still though, I'm like, so my homeboy see me with the cigarettes, my man that bucked on him for his 3 boxes. He was like, what you doing with them joints? I was like, man, I was about to give him to John, man. I was like, man, he gonna pay me back, man. He was like, man, what? He was like, man, get them joints to me. I'll flip them joints, man. He was like, man, John finished, bro. I was like, what you mean? He was like, man, listen, he owed too many people, bro. He said, man, there's people all in 4 building that he owe money to. I was like, man, how John do this to himself? Like, I didn't understand this. Man. But he was like, where he at? I was like, man, his only option was, I said, he had to go holler at the dude in cell 21. He was like, who the dude, Twan? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man. I said, yeah, he a Predator. He was like, man, shh. He was like, so he in there with him right now? I'm like, yeah. So the cut up, they in the joint, you know what I mean? So I'm like, John, crazy, man. So as they cut up, all you hear is, hey, John! Hey, John, somebody at the door for you. I look, it's the same old head. Nigga made it back up. He made it back upstairs. I'll join again. He's really 229 and crazy. Like, that's a major charge. Cause I told you we the only population part. But Unc really breaking the rules because he want that bread. So he like, yo, he up here again, yo. He like, yo, somebody calling you. So like, yo, somebody go to the door like, yo, he in somebody's cell. So dude like, you hear dude, I read dude mouth. You like, what? What? Like, yo, he in somebody got the cut up. He was like, back up. You know what I mean? I was like, man, dude look angry, man. Dude, the old head look super angry on everything. I would have been angry too, but the old head looking super duper angry on everything, man. Man, to say everybody like, yo, John, somebody wants you out here, man. Nobody answering nothing. I look over at the Predator roommate. He's sitting on the bench next to the old head. Yeah, he keep laughing and snickering. I'm like, what is he laughing about? Because he laughing looking at his cell. So I'm like, man, this junk crazy. So sale break over with. Sale break. They do sale break. Start popping the doors. I see his roommate. Dude was already programmed. Like, oh, here, Predator probably say, hey, look, man, give me 30 minutes with this rascal. You know what I mean? That's what, boss. That's what he said. So the old dude, that's his roommate, he get up. He goes straight to his door. He like, hey, turn it over 21. Everybody trying to open that door. Everybody trying to get that door. 21 open. Yeah. They cut come down. Come down. All you see is John come out. John back up. He back up like this. You see his back first. He like, and then he looked. He was like, then he came out like this. He was like, man, I look, man. All you seen was Newports. I promise you. That's all you saw was Newports. Man, it had to have been at least, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm trying not to exaggerate with this, but it was a laundry bag that he had tied up. It wasn't a big bag, but it was a nice size laundry bag full of cigarettes. I'm looking, and he come out like, he got to the bench. He was like, plump. He was by the bench. He was like, he stood there. He spotted me. He looked at, as soon as he spotted me, he was like, he spotted them cigarettes in my hand. He was like, those mine, Weezy? I was like, oh, nah, you straight now. He was like, what? I said, you straight now, right? He was like, cigarettes down here, cigarettes in his jacket. He was like, because I guess he couldn't go back with just that bag. They gonna take that. So he put them joints everywhere. He stuffed himself with cigarettes. He slid out, y'all. So boom. John stepped back in kind of like he feeling proud, like he took care of that business. So once he stepped back in, my homeboy was like, hey, look, what's up, bro? So when you gonna pay me? When you gonna pay me and Weezy? What's good? He was like, man, look, I already talked to Weezy, man. I'm gonna pay him, man. I'm gonna pay him. My homeboy was like, when? Because you paying people right now in front of him. He said, man, I had to freaking go borrow that money. He tried to get loud, my homeboy. My homeboy was like, man, who you talking to, man? He was like, man, look, I had to go borrow that money, man. I'm gonna freaking pay y'all. Y'all in the pod with me. I'm not freaking going anywhere. I'm like, yo, bro, chill, bro. I was like, man, he going, come on, bro. He all right, man. My homeboy was like, all right. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if you're a man of your word. That's all it is. So he like, man, y'all crazy. So my homeboy dipped. I'm like, look, man, I still got the cigarettes in my, I'm like, yo, listen. I was joking. I was like, but you don't need these cigarettes, though. And I said, you know you don't. You do not need these cigarettes. Why do you still want? He said, man, I need everything I can have. I said, man, that junk crazy, man. I said, so how many cigarettes did you borrow from the Predator? I didn't say the Predator. I was like, how many cigarettes you borrowed from Twan? He was like, he gave me 12 boxes, man, for 24 boxes back. I was like, for 24 boxes back? I said, well, how you gonna pay 24 boxes back? He said, man, I owed him 8. And there's other people in there, man, I owed everybody, Weezy, man. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. He was like, he just started shaking his head. He was like, I don't know why I put myself in this predicament, Weezy, man. I said, I don't know why either. I don't know why you done this, man. I said, how long he told you, how long you got to pay him back? He was like, man, I gotta freaking win. I gotta freaking hit a parlay. I gotta freaking do something because I can't even order that many cigarettes. He said, I asked him, can I order him 2 boxes? You only can order 2 boxes of cigarettes. Now, he said he probably can get a few people to order him boxes of cigarettes or whatever the case, man. He was like, he got to talk to his peoples. Once he talked to his peoples, he can find out who he can send money to go to commissary. As long as he can pay this joint off, that's all he was worrying about. You know what I mean? He was like, he got dude out the way that was in full building. Now he just got to worry about the Predator. So he like, man, that joint crazy. So he went and hopped on the phone. Like the relief has went down a little bit. You know what I mean? I ain't even want to ask him what he was doing in the room with the Predator for 30 minutes. I didn't even want to ask that man that. You know what I mean? I felt like that was a question for another time, but I didn't even ask him that joke. So I see him go hop on the phone. So when he get off the phone, John looked like he was crying. Man, John looked like he had tears in his eyes, man. I promise you, man. He looked like he got on the phone crying. So he go sit at the bench. You see all the 2 white dudes that be talking to him like, when all that stuff was going on, they acting like they didn't even want to come around him in the beginning. You know what I mean? So they all up there John talking to him. They hollering at him. They seeing what's going on with him. And he just like, I can't hear what he got going on. So one of the dudes that's, I told y'all, the homeboy that he messed with that sleep in cell 24, he's the laundry man in the pod. One of the laundry men that come through and collect all the laundry. So I knew him through that. So when he see me, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm like, man, why you let John jump out there like that, man? Because I never got a chance to talk to him about why y'all let him bet that much. You know what I mean? I was like, why y'all let John jump out there like that, man? He was like, man, it was his own idea, man. I told him, don't do it. He said, I just told him probably to bet you, the dude from Richmond, and a couple of other dudes. That's what I told him to do. No, he wanted to put out a ticket and this and that. He said he was trying to be clever, and I told him not to do it, man. I freaking told him not to do it. Now look what now he owes the freaking booty bandit guy, and I told him that wasn't a good move. Now, that's his fault. That's his fault, man. I said, so why was he crying when he got off the jack? He was like, oh. He said, I don't even know if I should tell you this, man. I said, well, look, don't tell me, man. He said, man, no. He said, I'm going to tell you, man. I said, well, what then, man? What is it? I said, what is this, some crazy stuff? He was like, nah. He was like, his family cut him off. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He said he was just on the phone last month bragging to his mom and girl about how he's making all this money in penitentiary and he don't need them to send him no money and he got this under control and got that under control. He said when he got on the phone to talk to his girl told him, no, I'm not sending you nothing, because she thinking he probably in here still getting high. You know what I mean? He was like, he don't get high anymore, but she probably still think he's getting high in here, man. She was like, he just got debt to pay. So I'm like, they cut him off. He was like, she cut him off. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That wasn't good news to hear that this just got cut off and he owed a Predator. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta pay that damn Predator. Like, dude that's in the other building, like he was in the other building. You got the light side of owning a maniac because he was in another building, probably not really trying to get toe off. He wanted his money, but he still probably wasn't going to the hole. Now this Predator game, man, Tron was gonna probably want some cheeks, y'all. So boom, pause, man. But like I say, I don't see John folding for nothing like that. John never showed me a side or a character that he was a shake roller and roller or anything like that. He never was on that type of time that I knew of, man. You know what I mean? So like, now I see why he had tears in his eyes. Like when he told me, the bro told me that, I'm like, yo, that's wild, man. So like, I never even gave him them cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like as we started talking, I just kept the cigarettes. You know what I mean? So I just was like, man, for real, I started looking at that joint because this happens from time to time in penitentiary, y'all. Like I started looking at it like this might be a loss. Yeah, I can wild out and snap out and be a whole psychopath in the pod and do stuff like that. But that wasn't gonna help John. That wasn't gonna get me the money. You know what I mean? John has spent money with me. John has helped me get a couple dollars even before he came in the pod. And since he's been in the pod, he's been up with a cool guy. So I looked at it like this might just gotta be a loss. Even though I want my money, I wanted my 15 packs. But I see the predicament that he's in, man. He's in a tough situation right now, y'all. So boom, I say a couple days go by. I don't know how the rumor got back to the dude. You know what I mean? Now, we're getting ready to put our commissary sheets in soon. So I guess this is the first payment that he has to pay the Predator. However the Predator want his payment, I guess that's how it's going to have to happen. So the Predator, like for real, he was a dude that never really came out in the pod. He wasn't a dude that never really stepped out in the pod like that. Like he wasn't in the pod like that. He'll never step out. He'll go to the shower. He didn't work out. He ain't go to chow that much. Like, you just didn't really never see him like that. He was just one of them creepy old heads, man. But everybody already knew he was a bandit gang. So I don't know who had told him the same information that I had got as far as that people cut him off. But all I know is this, man, I was coming down the steps and I heard the predator at his door. And he didn't, man, like I say, I never even seen his predator activities since he's been in 3D. I heard he was a predator. My scanner went off and let me know he was a predator, but he still hasn't shown no predator ways in the pod as of right now. But as I'm coming down the steps, man, this is my word. And this is a little short dude. This is a little short dude. As I'm coming down the steps, my jump come down. Like, cause me and him never was close like that. But as I'm coming down the steps, my jump like, I look, he a cell 6, he a John door. You know what I mean? He like, look, what you mean you ain't gonna be able to get this list? I want 2 boxes of blows and I want $50 in food, my choice. What you mean you not be able to get that list? What you mean? What you mean? John was like, I'm not going to the store this week, man. He was like, what? What do you mean you're not going to the store this week, man? I was like, oh my God, like to be that short, he had a loud voice. He was like, what you mean you're not going to the store this week, man? What you mean? What you gonna get my money? Yeah, you gonna get my money one way or the other, you gonna get my money. So when I'm gonna get my money then? You come to my cell, talk me to death, say somebody was gonna hurt you and you needed the money. When I'm gonna get my money? I looked out for you, didn't I? Everybody was quiet, like, oh. I'm like, come down the steps, I go sit at the table right there. I'm like, I can't get in the middle of this. This John business, this word. He like, when I'm gonna get mine? When I'm gonna get mine? I look, I just see John sitting on his bed like, John just got this going like this. He like, oh, they're like, yeah, tell me, when I'm gonna get mine? When I'm gonna get mine? John still ain't say nothing. John just stole a blank. He just stole a blank. He like, look, I'm letting you know now. What you did for me the other day, that's not all payment. That ain't had nothing to do with the payment. And I told you that. What you did for me the other day, that ain't got nothing to do with the payment. Everybody heard that. Niggas was like, oh, shit. What the fuck? I was like, he was in the cell with the predator with the cut up. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, oh, he had to shake around the road to get them packs and still pay it back. I was like, that's predator highway robbery, y'all. So boom. But this is what the old head is saying. He like, yeah, don't think. Yeah, don't think that's clearing the bill. Yeah, he started getting disrespectful. Yeah, don't think that's clearing the bill. Yeah, what you did for me, don't think that's clearing the bill. John looked like he want to pull his hair out. That's what John's looking like. Oh, I see the predator mask at his door. Predator looking angry. Yeah, he just snapping. I'm like, man, he was like, you know what? Since you ain't got nothing to say, all right, I'll be back. Predator dip. All you see is his little boy. He went to his cell like this. He was like, yeah, the dumb was walking to where he walked his cell. He was like, hey, open up 21. Open 21 up. Yeah. The John open up, you see his roommate get up from the bench. His roommate walk over there like, make sure he's straight. His roommate walk over there. His roommate walk to the door. As his roommate get to the threshold of the door, you see his roommate like, he kind of pushed the predator back. The predator was like, you seen the predator like, it's like he turned into a real creature. He was like, let me out. Watch out, move. Dude was like, look, man, chill. Stop. He was like, watch out, man. He was like, man, put it down. He's like, well, move. That's all you heard was like, so everybody hit the jump. I looked up, see John come to his door. John got up and was like, John looking down that way in cell 21 here. Move. The predator like, move, watch out, man. Watch out. This roommate like, no, hold on, man. It's not worth it. Stop, man. He was like, move. Watch out, man. Watch out, man. Move, man. He was like, I'm not letting you pass me, man. I'm not letting you pass me, man. Do anything, man, besides that. Make him pay your money. Don't do it like that right now, man. I'm not letting you get past me. His roommate was way bigger than the predator. The predator was like, his eyes was big. He turned into a real predator. He was like, it was like he thought about it. He was like, John watching that jump. John was like, John stepped out. I'm like, why you? John started walking close to his cell. He was just walking slow. He got up there. The predator dude trying to calm down, looking like a psycho. He got close to his cell. When the predator dude said him, he tried to, his roommate was like, stop, man. Stop. John was like, look, I'm going to pay your money, man. He was like, when? His roommate got out the way. So now you can see the predator in there. He got the knife in his hand. He like, when? And substance is dangerous, man. Like, you will see maniac stuff like this all the time. This little dude got the knife in his hand. He like, when? I want my money now. When? He was like, man, I'm not going to be able to pay your money now. But look, I'm gonna pay. I just need some time to talk to my parents and get it settled and get it situated. Then I can pay them. He's like, man, I want my money. I want it right now. Man, what can I do now, man? I don't have your money right now, man. He said, move in this room. Yeah, move in this room. Move in this room. We'll settle it up from there. Yeah. His roommate was like, man, look, man, if that's gonna clear the tab, you can take my spot, man. We can go to the sergeant and say you're gonna do a move right now, man. I don't care. I'll move in your old room, John. John was like, John's face was looking like this. He was like, Predator came out. That'll be the only thing take care of this debt. His swag got changed. He act like he wasn't even mad no more. Predator said, yeah, that'll be the only thing that clear this debt. Yeah, that'll be the only thing clear this debt. You come in here and handle it. He was saying stuff like that. You hear some of the foulest things in penitentiary. Predator say, yeah, if you want this debt to be over with, you need to come in here and handle it.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to